I wasn't planning on this right away, but here I am. I'm Gloria Brewer Hinkle, and I've known this wonderful family, Mary Kay, and I've raised our kids together. And it's funny he should say about the leash, because when we would go to Vancouver Mall, I had a very incorrigible redhead, and I would have to keep her on a leash. I mean, just like Jeremy, she'd run off and be into everything. And I didn't realize that she's the one who started the trend. She told me it was okay, which was a darn good thing. But I love Mary Kay. There's so much each and every one of us could say, should say, but at least remember and keep her in your heart and in your mind and soul forever. She's always here with us. The day of her passing, I had an unusual happening. Not all that unusual for me, I suppose, but I drove into my garage, my carport, and sitting on the ground was a dove. I thought, oh, you poor thing, you must be hurt. I get the dog out of the car, and Ivy goes right by her, the dove doesn't move. And so I get out of the car and I walk over and I says, are you okay? You know, I was talking to the little bird, and then it just dawned on me, oh my gosh, Mary Kay is saying goodbye. And I had my arms full of stuff. I went into the house and set it down, came back out, and of course Mary Kay's gone. But that was a sign. And that night in the hot tub, 2 shooting stars. Not a little that you usually see for a shooting star. No, this was from here to there. Bright, beautiful, 2 in a row. If you don't know, Lisa, her daughter, also has passed within a few days of Mary Kay. So I feel very blessed to be told by them personally, I'm here. I'm watching over you. Don't you think you can get away with doing something wrong, because I'm here. And I know she's here with each and every one of us and in Carl's heart. I almost hate to read this because it's such a silly, no, it's not silly, I guess, but it's a wonderful little poem called The Dash. And it certainly pertains to each and every one of us in so many ways. And then I have a little something to say for Carl too, because I love Carl. I love this whole family. Anyway, I've got it, I think. Oh, well, thank you. And that wind might get it. I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dashes on her tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of her birth and spoke of the following dates with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was that dash between the years. For that dash represents all the time that she spent alive on earth, and now only those who loved her know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend that dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things that you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can even still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and always try to understand the way other people feel. And the less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only be for a while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they said about how you spent your dash? We all have a chance today, this moment, to make a difference in an attitude, a feeling, generosity, just to love one another. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And I don't know that I'm going to read this, but I hope that you listen to the song, The Dance, because this is for Carl. And it is just a simple little poem, writing of a story, writing of a song. I hope you dance. And this, Carl, this is what you want for you, what we all want for you. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder and that you get to feel, to eat, You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance, and when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance and never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but they're worth making. So don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, just reconsider. Give the heavens above more than this passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who wants to look back on their years and wonder where all those years have gone. And I hope you dance.
Thank you.
That would be very ungrateful.
Okay.
That was really sweet.
If I start crying, don't think I'm silly. You know, before I came to the Lord, I never cried. The day I came to Jesus, He broke me like a little child. I've been going down this road, Zavat and Rental over here, Tonto Verde. And the Lord was speaking to me. He said, you call Carl. And I put it off. Put it off for about 2 weeks. And I finally called him and said, hey, how's it going, Carl? He goes, not very good, Charlie. My wife just had brain surgery. And she can't walk. So the next time I had contact with Carl, I got a text saying she passed. Man, God is so good, really. And Mary Kay was a beautiful soul. She was a beautiful woman. And the only thing about, being a Christian, you look forward to seeing your brothers and sisters again. This is not it. This is only a temporary assignment. And I don't know why God takes some and leaves others. I don't know that. I should have been dead when I was a little boy. I was wild, crazy. I did a lot of crazy stuff growing up, riding motorcycles. Didn't even know I was on motorcycles, But God is so merciful. He really is. He's an awesome God, Amen. And there's only one scripture that comes to my mind today. Therefore are they before the throne of God, and they serve Him night and day in His temple. And He that sits on the throne shall dwell among them, and they shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sunlight on them, nor any heat, for the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them and shall lead them into living fountains of waters, and God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes. Mary Kay, you were awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on up. Yeah, don't be, just come on up. Don't wait for me to wave you up or you might miss your chance. Hello, I'm Jim Rogers, and I just want to tell you what wonderful people the Delos are. Carl and his Mary Kay were involved in the Cowboy Mounted Shooting Association back in the very first days. The sport has grown to over 20,000 members, 400 clubs in every state in the Union, 4 European countries, 1 in South America, even 1 on the island off of Australia. And I'll tell you what, Mary Kay and Carl were wonderful because they were big supporters of one of the things we did in the Cowboy Mounted Shooting Association, and that is every one of our clubs, almost without exception, has a Christian church, whether it has to be on a Wednesday or Sunday for 30 minutes, and it's just wonderful. And I want to thank them for being such big supporters, and you can't believe how people liked them every place they met them. And thank you for being here, and thank your beautiful wife. And we're very proud to have her, and God bless them. In Jesus' name I pray. Here we go. Amen.
Amen. Who else would like to come up and, you know, you'll regret it if you don't come up now. You'll say, I should have come up and said something. Margaret, is that you? Are you? And Pat too. All right.
Yep, we're gonna try to pull this off.
All right.
Oh, you like these t-shirts? Pat made these. These are, we'll explain these t-shirts to you because Pat and I have, I'm sure they can hear my big mouth. Pat and I have been with Mary Kay through the beginning of this. We're actually the ones that kidnapped her and took her to the emergency room 6 months ago. That's where all this started. A little closer? Yeah. Okay. So it's been a very long journey, a roller coaster ride. We've been through every day, ups and downs. And I know all of you have been praying for her. We all have. We've been through a lot, but Pat designed these shirts because we're more than neighbors, relatives. I mean, Mary Kay is a sister to us. She always has been. We have people that are acquaintances that you know, and there's friends, and then they become family, and then they become sisters. And that's what you see the people with these t-shirts are on today, that we all become sisters. So,
And I got you, babe.
yeah, and the saying, I got you, babe, is what we told her every day, whether we were helping her walk, helping her eat, feeding her, reading to her, playing music for her.
We said, we got you, babe.
Yep,
We
and
got you, babe.
that's what we always said to her. We got you, babe, and so Pat made these T-shirts for us, and Pat put out some words. So we're going to try to read these to you. So I passed out some Kleenexes if anybody feels they need one. There's packs all over. So, and this is a celebration of life for Mary Kay. She wouldn't want anybody crying and feeling sorry, but we're going to do that anyway because that's just the way we roll. But she's here with us. We've seen all kinds of things since she passed that have happened. We went, our normal Thursday thing was going to Goodwill because it was Dollar Day every Thursday, and
Well, now it's $2 day.
yeah, now it's $2. You can't, Goodwill. So anyway, we started off at 8:30.
Yep.
Met at the dumpster over here because we had to be there by 9. Doors open. You got to be the first ones in there to get that dollar. That
Well, it was a dollar day.
it changed over the first of the year, but that was something we did for years. Every Thursday.
Fountain Hills Girls Day.
Yep, and Seal would go with us on days off. Linda would go with us. We'd meet Tanya up there because she would be working, but she'd sneak. She's supposed to be working. So she'd meet us up there too, and a few others of you that are here. I don't know if everybody's here that we would see them.
Sometimes we let the boys go.
Yeah, sometimes we'd and my granddaughter would go with us, and Nancy Epp told her it's the art of the deal. You got to find that deal with that special color tag that day, so that's what she did. She'd run around looking for that certain color tag for her, but we had a good time. It was all fun, and that's what we did. We go from the dollar store. We go from there to Tractor Supply to the dollar store, and then lunch.
Lunch, and then sometimes colors on the way home.
Yes. So that was her Thursday routine, and it was fun. And so we did that on Thursday just to tell everyone that Mary Kay knew, and she knew everybody because everywhere we went, if she bumped into you in the dollar store and you were talking about a product, she'd sit there and talk to you for a half hour.
Yep.
That she loved to talk, and she could talk about anything and everything to anyone. So that's what she did, and
we all made friends.
Yeah, then when Jim said earlier that she would they could go out walking and somebody would move in new to the neighborhood and Mary Kay would invite them over for the October party or movie night or something and just got to know people, and that's what she did. She loved people. She was very friendly, and thank you all for coming today to celebrate her life. She's looking down on you right now, and she's happy. We know she's happy. So
it's all yours. It's all mine. Help me here. I put down a few words. I practiced a little bit, but I cried a lot.
see, Mary Kay's blowing the wind.
To our sister Mary Kay, We are gathered here today to honor and remember the life of our friend, our sister, Mary Kay. You were more than a friend, you were family to us. A sister by choice, not by blood or decree, and you touched our hearts in many ways. You were there for us through the good times and bad. We supported each other through life's ups and downs. We faced death together. She fought bravely. We stayed by her side through her roller coaster journey and all the emotions. Through the surgery, treatments, doctors, hospitals, and rehabilitation facilities, we held her hand, fed her pudding, wiped her tears, whispered her prayers. We told her stories, jokes, shared memories, and played music. Some days our sassy and funny Mary Kay shined through. We always tried to make her smile. You left us too soon, but you left us with so much. You left us with a part of yourself in our hearts. We wish we had more time to spend, but we are so thankful for the time we had. You are always with us.
Yep. She died peacefully in her sleep. She left a legacy of love that can never be forgotten. She left us with memories that can never be erased. She left us with gratitude that can never be expressed. But she also left us with hope that can never be lost. Hope that she is in a better place now. Hope that she is free from suffering now. Hope that she is watching over us. Hope that we will meet again soon, someday. Not soon, but someday. We miss her more than words can say. She was our friend, our sister by choice. We will always love you, Mary Kay. Rest in peace, our sweet sister friend. And
love always, Margaret and Pat.
And we do have a little video if you ever watched the Golden Girls.
Oh, yes.
The theme song to the Golden Girls, well, these girls with these shirts on today, we would be the Golden Girls. And all we want to say to Mary Kay is thank you for being a friend. Anybody else wants to?
No, I just gotta.
And yes, we've always been here for Carl too, every day. Every day.
For a long time. You don't quit. You know, I do get hungry. You know, I've got just one quick story that was funny. When I started dating Mary Kay, my parents wanted to go to the Bahamas, and that's, you know, and we were outside around the pool area, and they had these little, you know, pathways, you know, like yellow pathways. You know, so she started dancing on these paths, singing the Yellow Brick Road. You know, and people walking by, and I don't know her. And then shortly after that, we got married. You know, there's so many funny stories if I can remember them all. You know, but again, thank you so much for coming. Alrighty, so we do have some shot glasses with her favorite drink if anybody wants one, and we'll just give a toast. And I do have a little video that you can see from here. I can't do it on a widescreen; it's too, it's too light. But if you like to watch that, I'd love to play it for you. You know, and again, God bless you all.
For 30 years, Mary Kay spent 30 years. Mary Kay, every time I saw her, she asked if you and I were ever going to grow up.
I know. Hey, Carol. Hey, Mark, come up and tell the story about Westworld.
About what?
Westworld.
Come on, Mark. And just when you thought that we would get by without doing it, I just got a nudge, probably from Mary Kay. She said, "Don't forget to say the Pledge of Allegiance. So we will do that before the end of the day. So I know that's something that she always wanted to do. And like I said, this is her day, so. Mark, where are you, buddy?
Oh, Mark's right behind you. Sorry.
Can you make it?
You remember the
I don't
story?
need it, huh?
You remember the story about we were at Westworld and people kept asking for our autographs and stuff. And Ben Johnson was there and all these guys. Yeah, it's golly. We did.
You need the microphone or you just want to
I never, I'll just tell it. I first met Mary Kay and Carl, I guess it was 30 years ago. And I've been out of horses for, I don't know, 30 plus years. And I want to get back in a group, and they were forming a group at Westworld, the Scottsdale Riding Club. And these people were too serious.
Yeah, they were.
And they needed a little levity. And Carl gave them some levity. And Mary Kay tried to keep a leash on him. And then pretty soon she was trying to keep a leash on me too. So, you know, these people, we were having lunch, I think, and well, everybody's having lunch. Carl and I decided to go over and turn everybody's saddles backwards. And that's kind of how we started our friendship.
It is.
And we started seeing each other almost every day, and we lived pretty close together. And Mary Kay for 30 years would, you know, basically, you know, like all of you, his close friends, or all the guys, he would always tell us, or she'd always tell us to, you know, aren't we ever going to grow up? Well, we're not. And, you know, I never saw Mary Kay mad.
Really?
But I heard that, you know, the red
mean that at
hair and
Carl?
everything would turn into flames. And if anybody crossed Carl or crossed anybody, your friends or anything else, but that would set her off. If somebody did something wrong to her, she, you know, that was life. But she would always, you know, I guess any friends or anybody that she was close to, don't do it. And she supported me through some really tough times. You know, she was, I love her. You know, we all love her. You know, it's, you know, I can't imagine just being without her as a friend. So, you know, God bless Mary Kay. God bless you, Carl. Love you, man.
Love you too.
And everybody here.
I remember the time you came out of the bathroom and you had a roll of toilet paper tucked in your back and you're walking around.
What's wrong with that?
No shit. That's what's wrong with it. Okay, has everybody got a shot glass?
Yes.
I don't have one.
Oh,
Here you go.
okay, Mark needs a shot glass.
Here you go, Mark.
Thanks, Fred.
Mark, you've been a great friend all these years.
Jim?
Nuts.
Yeah,
Jim?
Margaret was talking about the sisterhood, brotherhood.
The brotherhood. All right, this is for Mary Kay.
Mary Kay.
Heaven has another angel.
Yeah.
Yuck. Jameson, burns your throat.
That's what you get from marrying
We
a
got some
pirate.
top, we'd be someplace with a top name band or something. And we, Carl and I would go up and get right in their faces and stand right in front of the band about 6 inches from the mic. Mary Kay would come and pull us off.
We've done some crazy stuff.
We've done some really crazy stuff. Love you, man.
Love you too. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna put that video on unless anybody else wants to come up and say something.
Let's just say the Pledge of Allegiance before we, I don't want to face Mary Kay if we don't do that, so. I'll need help here. I haven't done this since grade school.
Yeah, baby, come
I
on.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless you, Mary Kay.
Okay, let's eat. We got tons of food.
I'd like to do one more thing if we
one more,
could,
sorry.
just because
One more thing.
it's
Just because it's you, Jim. And I love it.
You'll recognize this as I start to read it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, not death, the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That's Mary Kay. Waiting for all of us to come and join her. And I think the October night will probably continue. God bless you guys. Thank you for coming. Let's watch that video. And don't forget that Carl needs to eat. So if you think of it, if you got extra when you're making that casserole, bring some over here.
Oh, bourbon.
And don't forget the bourbon either. So God bless you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you all for bringing this delicious food. We have it. Sincerely thank you.